Our responsorial psalm today, Psalm 121, is one of those psalms of ascent, as in ascending, as in going up the mountain. It is one of, I'm going to get the number wrong, 12 or so psalms of ascent that are in the book of Psalms that was traditionally prayed by those going on pilgrimage to Jerusalem as they would go from wherever they lived up to Mount Zion. And in Jerusalem, from Galilee or from the coast going up to Jerusalem, up to Mount Zion, is a change in elevation of somewhere around 3,000 feet. So it is definitely going up, ascending to the mountain. And as it begins, this psalm acknowledges that looking towards the Lord, I lift up my eyes towards the mountains, whence shall help come to me. And this psalm, like the other psalms of ascent, is meant to be for that journey, for that pilgrimage. It is relatively short, it's easy to memorize, it's one of those ones that could have been easily proclaimed and on the lips of those who were walking, those who were traveling, to focus their minds on the destination, on what is to come, on what they are doing, so that they're not distracted. And especially that first line there is meant, or perhaps seen in a couple different ways, because it is saying, I lift up my eyes towards the mountains. And it could be seen as saying, I lift my eyes towards Mount Zion. I have Mount Zion, that holy mountain where the temple is, as my goal, as the destination, that is where I want to be. My help is from the Lord who made heaven and earth. But there's also that other possibility in the interpretation of that first line. For as they are traveling to Jerusalem, as they are going, as the elevation changes, as they get to the hills where oftentimes bandits or others would be in those hilly crags and ravines and things like this, and it would potentially be a dangerous place. And as they're going up, it's likely that they're keeping their eyes on these hills, and they're wondering, is danger going to come? Are bandits or wild animals going to come upon us and attack us? And there might have been fear, very much fear or uncertainty associated with that. I lift up my eyes towards the mountains. I am afraid. I see the challenges, the difficulties to overcome, that I still have to travel up these mountains to get to my destination. I know that they are potentially areas where danger lurks. And I ask that question, in the midst of my fear, my uncertainty, whence shall help come to me? From where will my help come? And the response, my help is from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. And the psalm continues on with that expression of trust, not in oneself, but in God. God is your guardian, the Lord is your shade. The sun shall not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guard you from all evil. He will guard your life. He will guard your coming and your going, both now and forever. It is a beautiful psalm, worthy of reflection, worthy of memorization. That as we make our travels, as we make our journeys through this life, and even in those moments, we might not be distracted from the goal of that destination, that we might keep our eyes fixed on that mountain of the Lord, of where we are trying to be. And in the same way that we might not become so distracted by the obstacles or the difficulties or the terrors of this life, that even as our eyes might see those mountains and the dangers, we might recognize our help comes from the Lord. The one who has created these mountains and these hills is greater than them. And he can be for us that saving presence. What are your psalms of ascent? As you drive to Mass in the morning, do you have a prayer or several prayers that you pray? Do you have that tradition like those early Israelites, of calling upon the Lord to fix that destination in mind. Maybe you have this psalm, Psalm 121, memorized. When terror comes, when uncertainty is in your life, what is your psalm of ascent to remind you to call upon the Lord, that he is your help, that he is your shield, that he neither sleeps nor slumbers, but is always there for you? As we hear this psalm today, let us remember those psalms, those prayers that we are called to proclaim in this life, that they might remind us always of God's presence, of his power, of his love for us, and that help that we find in him.